So, yeah, now I am on pints number. So I think about it's either 3 or 4, but it's going to be the last pint of the day, I reckon.
You thirsty, partner?
Hello, welcome back to the Thirsty Foreman channel. Hope you're enjoying the content. If you are, please smash that like and subscribe button. Again, it lets me know that you're enjoying the content. Will hopefully help that algorithm over time. I've just now come out of the Saints game, so in a good mood. We've just played Sheffield Wednesday. We've beaten them 3-1. So not used to Saints winning, so yeah, I'm glad to see them finally get a win on the board. But what I thought I'd do, I thought I'd go and check out a microbrewery that's quite nearby, on the other side of the Itchen bridge. Quite a famous big bridge in Southampton, if you're not aware of it. Yeah, Ola's Tun. So Ola's Tun, it's a microbrewery. So microbrewery originally got taken over from a shop in 2016. Before it got taken over by new owners in 2020, which is, I believe, it's quite brave of them, to be honest with you. Taken over from the midst of the pandemic, yeah, when there's potentially not a lot of customers going to be, going in. So, yeah, I think that's quite brave of them. They took over in the middle of the pandemic in 2020, gave it a good refurb, and started to do their own sort of beers. We're going to go in there and check it out. I think it's going to be quite a good microbrewery. I've been in there in the past. I suppose it has been a bit of a mixed reception. So when I've been in there, on sometimes it's been really, really good. They've had good beers, it's had good atmosphere, and they do allow dogs in there as well, so that's pretty good. So it does allow for a good atmosphere at times. But I think the time before that we went in there, I think it was prior to a Saints game, and it was absolutely dead in there. So yeah, no noise whatsoever. Okay, again, we're going to hopefully try it out, and I'm really hoping it's going to be a good one. Come on, Ola's Tun, you're going to be a good one. Let's go and check it out now. So, on the B-roll that you can see just earlier, I've gone for a 4.8%, I think it's called Never End. So, it's a 4.8% pale ale. So, unfortunately, I've had to drink it outside and in the cold for the minute. So it is absolutely rammed inside that pub. So, I would have liked to have got in there, had a seat, tried it inside. But fortunately, as it is a microbrewery, well, say it's a pub, but it is more like it is more of a microbrewery, barely anywhere to sit at all. Unfortunately, we're going to have to at least do the first pint and first taste of the beer outside, but it's all right. I've got my coat on, so not to worry at all. So yeah, initial first thoughts, it looks pretty good to me. I'm looking forward to this. So yeah, let's give it a go, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. Cheers. Oh, yes. Yes, I like that. That is a really nice pint. But before I say anything else, yes, it definitely does wet the whistle. That is beautiful. Lovely. Not sure how much you get citrus notes of it, but that is a good solid pint. I do like that. How am I going to rate that out of 10? it is heavy, but it's lovely carbonated. It's got the bubbles there that I like. Yeah, I think that's just a good standard, solid pale ale. But what's my thoughts? It's definitely up there in the beer ratings. I'm going to give that a good solid, good solid 8.9 on this beer. Wets the whistle, beautiful pint, and that's my thoughts on the Never End here at Ola's Tum. What a beautiful pint that was, and the Never End manages to sneak into the top 3 of my beer ranking tables. So, pint number 2 of the day. So, pint number 2 of the day at the Ola's Tum. I've gone for a Kolsch beer. So, say it's like a Kolsch beer. So, how the barmaid suggested it was, it's like a, I say it's like a lager, a bit, I say like a, in between a lager and a pale ale. So this is called the 10 ton, and it is done by the brewer Judas Quiche. So it's a 5.3% Kolsch beer. So we're going to give it a go. So like it's got very, very strong lager vibes, but looking very, very nice. So let's give it a go and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Cheers. What's my thoughts? That's not too bad. Definitely not anywhere near as good as that first pint. That first pint was absolutely spot on, tip top. This one, it doesn't wet the whistle for me, but I mean it's not a bad pint. It's got a bit of I taste it. It's refreshing, but it's got a little bit of bitter aftertaste. That's what I'm not liking as much. The bitter aftertaste is not for me. So, and as it's a lager, it hasn't got that much bold, like citrusy notes. All just bold. Just not being as bold and as and as impactful on the flavours as I would like. Impactful, is that a way to describe the beer? I don't know. My thoughts on the beer, I'm going to give that a 6.8. So that's my thoughts on the Kolsch beer here at Ola's Tum. Now that Kolsch beer was unfortunately a bit more disappointing, and a rating of 6.8 puts it into the bottom half of my beer ranking tables. Now on to the food. First of all, it's very impressive that a microbrewery even makes its own food, as opposed to either letting people take in their own food or allow a catering truck to supply them with food for the day. Most of their food was a selection of different pizzas with sides and dips to go with it. All the pizzas had an option to select vegan cheese as well, should you wish that, and there are a few dishes outside of pizza to choose from as well. Me and my friend decided to share the pepperoni and hot honey and the sautéed leek and crispy bacon pizza to get a good sample of what they had to offer. Right, so the pizzas have arrived. Judging on the footage I've recorded just now, so the pizzas look absolutely fantastic, I can't lie to you. So it looks like a really nice crispy base, and the toppings on it look absolutely fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to trying this. My mate's just tried a few slices just now. I think he's given it good thoughts, but so let's give it a taste right now. So my first one was the it was the leek pizza, so we're going to give that a go right now. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. Tear off a slice. I do get any pizza box footage interrupting the video. I do apologise, but it should be okay. First thoughts, I just picked up a slice. It is fucking hot, so I can't lie. It's burning my fingertips. I can't lie, but that is good. That is good. Even though it's burning my fingertips, good rating. It is hot and it's fresh. But let's give it a go. That's me waffling more of me eating. Oh, wow. Wow. That is really good. I love that. Yeah, you can taste the leek. You can taste. Yeah, you can taste. Yeah, you can taste the ham in it as well. Taste the ham. It's almost like bacon, but so yeah, it's like bacon at this point. But yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, you've got the stringy cheese as well. I love that. That is brilliant. I'm sorry. Had to go for another bite. That is so good. Well, I'm gonna finish that and I'm gonna move on to the pepperoni and the hot honey. Let's give it a go. Wow, fucking hell. That is superb. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. I'm honestly not sure what I prefer. The ham and leek pizza or the pepperoni and hot honey. That is close. I can't lie to you, that is so close. When I'm rating the food, what am I going to give that? I really like that. I don't know, I think I equally like them both the same. I'm going to be giving that a solid 9 on the nose. So yeah, 9 on the nose for my thoughts on the food here at Olaf's Tub. Right, so pint number 3 of the day. So yeah, a little bit of noise in here, but we're still going to carry on and press on. So this pint here is called the Maki Maki, and it is done by the brewer called Moonlighters. So it's stout. Yeah, so it's stout. I think it's 5.3%. Don't quote me on that. I will correct myself if I'm wrong, but yeah, I think it's a 5.3% stout. Looking at it now, it does look quite nice. When I was with my mate earlier, I tried his stout. He had exactly the same. He said it was spot on. And I tried it and it was really nice and really smooth. So I'm hoping it's going to be exactly the same when I try that. So let's give it a go. Cheers. Yeah, that is superb. Yeah, I absolutely love that. Smooth. I don't know if I get notes of coffee. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, crack on. I'm trying to think. I was initially trying to taste for notes of chocolate. I don't get the notes of chocolate. I do taste notes of coffee. That is really nice. Yeah. What is my thoughts on that? It's smooth. Yeah, does it match up to Guinness? I think it at least does match up to Guinness. What was my thoughts? I'm going to be rating that. Yeah, I think it's better than the Pilsner I had earlier. Well, or the Bolsch lager. Yeah, it's better than I had that lager just now. I don't know if it's as good as that pale ale. Maybe that's my personal preference. It is a very good, strong stout. Yeah, definitely, if you're loving your stouts and you're in the Southampton area, definitely come here to Woolston at the Olaf's Tun and try that. That is a beautiful pint. But final thoughts, I'm going to give that I'm going to give it an 8.4. That is a good solid pint. I'm happy with that. So that is my thoughts on the stout here at the Olaf's Tun. Cheers.
An impressive score of 8.4 puts the stout within the top 6 in my beer rankings. Overall, I must say I was thoroughly impressed with the place. It had a buzzing atmosphere all night, and the bar staff were very friendly and easy to chat to. I even managed to get a bit of behind the scenes footage of where they kept the kegs to make sure everything was in tip-top order. So I'm going to show you that now before we move on to my final pint of the night.
Yeah, so as you can see inside here, yeah, we've got the taps here that the microbrewery, that's how they're able to supply the beer here. So yeah, a little bit behind the scenes of how the pub operates.
So now I am on pints number. So I think about it's either 3 or 4, but it's going to be the last pint of the day, I reckon. So I'm on the. So I think it's 1 in the morning. So yeah, pint's called 1 in the morning, done by the brewer Rivington. So it's a triple dried hopped pale ale, and it is a 6.5%. So yeah, 6.5% triple dried hopped pale ale. And it is at 95 a pint. So obviously the higher ends.
So yeah, now we're turning my mic on. Hopefully it's going to be a lot better. So apologies if the sound quality is a little bit off. But let's give it a go. Yeah, cheers. Thank you very much. Wow. What is my first thoughts on the pint? Apologies if I let the beers go to my head a little bit. So yeah, but anyway, that is a good pint. It is strong. Yeah, that is hoppy. Yeah, that is the very first thoughts when I think of that pint. That is hoppy. It is bold on flavours as well. So yeah, hoppy, bold on flavours. I do like that. I can't lie to you. So that is a good pint, man. What is my thoughts on the pint? It's not citrusy, so it doesn't hit those citrus notes that I would love to see. Yes. So it's a good solid pint. I'm debating, does it breach the 8 barrier? I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, I think it's going to be a 7.8. So yeah, 7.8, and that's my thoughts on the triple dried hop beer at Olaf's Tun. Cheers.
So, looking at the beer, it was a little bit steep at $7.95 a pint, but looking at it on quality alone, a rating of 7.8, this comfortably fits within the top 20 of my beer rankings. So cut to me back at base where I give my final thoughts and opinions of my time at Olaf's Tun. Cheers.
Right, so now back at base, I just thought, a couple of days later, but I had a bit to drink then, I must say. So I thought I'm just gonna go home once I've got my head clear and I can give my final proper thoughts and opinions on my time at Olaf's Tun. So going through the beers right now and the notes that I jotted down, I put down for the Never Ends, I put down that beer I rated at an 8.9. The Kolsch beer I rated at a 6.8. I think it's Mackie Stout, that was an 8.4. And then finally the 1 in the morning beer at the end, that was a 7.8. So when I look at that and I get an average rating there of 8. And unfortunately, due to the availability of beers, not quite hitting the threshold of 10, I think there was 8, I believe. Only it doesn't get that 0.5 boosting of a rating. So I know it's a microbrewery, but if it could just have literally a couple more, it reaches that threshold for me, and then it gets the point boost for me in that regard. So if you compare it to the other microbrewery in Southampton, back in my first video of the Butcher's Hook, that did have a lot more different options. So yeah, so that was just my thoughts on the beers. So obviously there is cans there, but I don't really count cans when when I'm reviewing beers, because ultimately I see that a can is something to buy and then take home and drink. But anyway, moving on then to the next factor, I've got the food. So the food was absolutely superb. It's up there with good, up there with the best sort of pub food that I've been eating. So yeah, one of the best, not the absolute best, but very, very good. yeah, I think easily as good as the food that I had at Darby 59. So yeah, therefore I've given that a 9 to reflect that. Then we're moving on to the cleanliness. Cleanliness, it was pretty good, not absolutely spotless, squeaky clean. So maybe look at obviously like the glasses. Well, yeah, glass and that, nothing to complain about. The toilets, there was only like it looked like the most tiniest bit of grotty. If I'm being honest, it's just nitpicking really. So, and it's got the facilities there like tampons and that. So if anyone does require that, that's really good and a nice thoughtful touch by the pub. So therefore, because it wasn't absolutely spotless, I've just given that a 9 on the nose. And then coming on then to the vibes. Vibes is easily the best sort of vibes that I've had when I've been doing these reviewings and ratings so far. So it was absolutely fun. Yeah, really good fun when I was in there. So I started off in the pub on my at the microbrewery on my own whilst I was waiting for my mate to come along. And yeah, in the meanwhile, they're really so everyone in there is really good, really friendly, really attentive. So the I think it's the bar woman there showed me she opened up the doors to show me the taps of where the beer is stored. So, and I thought that's really, really good, and it was like a nice thoughtful touch to show that they do really care about the place and wanted me to go and explore and show you all parts of the place. So, as well as that, just the people in there generally were really, really good fun to be to talk to. You saw me in there with that guy which had the micro cat in there. So, and there was also dogs in there as well. So I did try to get some footage of the dogs in there, but obviously I don't want to be too intrusive of the people in there and getting videos and pictures of them if they don't want that. But yeah, the fact that there was like big huskies in there, other dogs, and like a micro cat in there as well. That was really, really good fun. That was a good touch. So very, very pet friendly. So and as it was the best time that I've had in there in terms of vibes, I've given that a 9.5. Very, very high. Absolutely superb. So therefore, when we go through and then tot up all of these scores and get the averages, so the notes that I've got on here, I've got an overall average rating of 8.9, and if I'm right in my memory, this puts it standout, clear alone, right at the top of the rankings, and there's good reason for that. This is a superb place to come. If you're in the Southampton region, or specifically in the Wolston region, right by the Itchen Bridge, this is a place you've got to check out. If you love your beer, love your food, and love a good crack, this is a spot to come. Olas Tun in Southampton. That's my final thoughts. There at my during my time there. So if you've liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Have you been to Olas Tun before? And if so, do you agree with the readings that I've got? Do you think it's even better? Or maybe think I'm being a bit generous in some places. Be good to get your honest thoughts and feedback. But other than that, until the next episode on The Thirsty Foreman, it's over and out. Cheers.